I welcome you all to this e-content on global market segmentation. All the firms must formulate a strategy for meeting their potential buyers in markets. There are two possible alternatives. The firm may choose to provide one product to all its customers, or it may decide to divide the market into sub-markets having homogeneous features. Or grouping of buyers or segmenting the market is described as market segmentation. Global market segmentation can be defined as the process of identifying the specific segments such as a country, groups, or individual consumer groups across countries of potential customers with homogeneous attributes who are likely to exhibit similar buying behavior. Let us see the example of market segment selection. In this, Nike product is taken as an example. It's a global brand. Nike is a US-based sports and fitness company that is the largest supplier of athletic footwear in the world. Nike became an international company when it opened an office in Taiwan in 1975. It has now branch offices all over the world. Instead of mentioning a single market for shoes, it may be segmented into several submarkets such as shoes for professionals, shoes for sports, shoes for casuals, casual wear, college students, children, and babies. At global level, it is focusing on all these areas to cater to the different needs of the customers so that profit can be enhanced. At global level, geographical segmentation of products can be done according to different countries, culture, tradition, customs of people, etc., which helps the marketer to target the right product to the right customers at the right time. So this is a good example. Next we'll see about the criteria for successful market segmentation. It is divided into substantiality, measurability, accessibility, representability, nature of demand, and response rate. So let us see one by one. First comes the substantiality. Substantiality refers to the size of the segmented markets. The segment must be large enough to permit viable market effort directed towards them. If the size is too small, then the market segmentation is highly impossible. Next case is measurability. The main purpose is to measure the changing consumer behavior. The consumer behavior is numerous and complex. Therefore, the segment should be capable of giving accurate measurement. Example, the segment of a market for car is motivated by the number of considerations such as economy, status, varied features, affordability, etc. Next case comes about accessibility. The market segmentation could be attained through the existing channels of distribution, advertising, media, salesmen, etc. Newspapers and magazines are offering some help to this accessibility. We can see that there are magazines exclusively for youth, professionals, etc. So, through these channels of distribution, the firm can easily reach out the targeted segments. That is very much essential. Next case is representability. The segment should be large and profitable enough to be considered as separate markets. For example, each segment will be small in case of industrial products but comparatively large in respect of consumer products. So it must be large and profitable. Next is nature of demand. The demand pattern varies according to the taste and preferences of customer group, age group, gender, marital status, and usage of products. So the marketer has to cater according to the needs of the customer. Next is the response rate. It shows how far the segments are responding to the marketing mix and their reactions towards the price changes, fashion, change in technology, fashion, etc. How far these segments are attributing to the customers. It has to be studied by the marketer. Next is, this is the diagram for market segmentation. This represents the two One is the unsegmented market, next one is the segmented market. Here, the firm cannot sell its products effectively when the market is unsegmented. Supplying only one single product to all its customers, we call it as unsegmented market. Here, if the product is unsegmented, the marketer cannot find out each and every customer's needs. Whereas if it is subdivided into varied markets according to age, gender, or taste and preference of customers, everything, then the marketer will be able to study the market well, analyze through the marketing research, and find out the actual needs of the customer. So this will hold good in future. Next is, we will be moving on to the types of market segmentation. There are 5 types of market segmentation. It is demographic, psychographic, behavioral, and geographic segmentation. So demographic segmentation divides the market into smaller categories based on age, gender, income, family, etc. Instead of reaching an entire market, a brand uses this method to focus resources into a defined group within the market. For this, analytics software is used to understand the customer who visits the website to get the information. It helps the companies to use their time and resources more efficiently. So for this, demographic segmentation is very important. Next is psychographic segmentation. It is frequently used to gather information to know about the lifestyle, activity, interest, opinion, personality of the customers. So it is very well called as VALS, VALS. It studies about values, attitudes, and lifestyle of the customers, and it caters to the needs of the customers accordingly. Third case is the behavioral segmentation. It tells about the behavior of each and every customer in purchase of the goods according to their usage, occasion, buyer stage, etc. So how far each segment is going to behave when the product is supplied in the market. And next comes the geographic segmentation. It divides the market into areas based on location. That is about the local needs of the customers, local home trade or foreign trade, or whatever it is, how far it is able to cater to the needs of different country people. So we call it as geographic segmentation. And we can tell that once the goods are sold, the customer will be given a zip code. So the zip code, through this zip code, the customer will be analyzed about the country location. So for the geocoding is used. Geocoding is a process that takes data such as the zip code and plots it on a map to identify the customer, prospective customer, and where they are residing in. So one of the most popular geocoding software programs is Prism, which is produced by a company called Claritas. So Prism uses zip codes and demographic information to classify the American population into segments. Combining both demographic and geographic information is referred to as geodemographics. So this is how a manufacturer will be able to identify the market segments by using this geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral variables, and accordingly he can cater to the needs of the customers. Next is, we are going to see about the 5 patterns of target market selection. So first is, these are the 5 patterns: single segment concentration, selective specialization, market specialization, product specialization, and full market coverage. So let us see the diagram in this slide. First is, here M represents the market, P represents the product, and this green color shade tells about the single segment concentration. A marketer can select the market segment to promote his product in any of the 5 ways. Any of the 5 ways he can promote the product. First is a single segment. This green color, it means that the firm is concentrating in only one segment of marketing. Through this concentrated marketing, the firm gains a strong knowledge of the segment's needs and achieves a strong market presence. The firm enjoys operating economies through specializing its production, distribution, promotion, and the firm can earn high return on investments in this particular single segment concentration. Example, we can take it as specialty hospitals. So the specialty hospitals is focusing on specific therapeutic uses in the areas of cancer care, heart care, neonatal care, gynecology, etc. So they are concentrating only in one sector. We call it as single segment concentration. So it will be highly profitable and they will be gaining much more specialization if they are concentrating in one particular segment. And next alternative is selective specialization. Here it means this green color shade we can see here, it is scattered. So it is called as selective specialization. The difference here is it is only in one area. Here it is scattered. The green color is scattered. So what it depicts is it means that the firm selects the number of segments wherein there is no synergy among the segments, but each promises to be a money maker. This multi-segment strategy has advantage of diversifying the risks. For example, when we take about multi-speciality hospital, so it deals with heart care, skin care, cancer care, where the losses of few segments are compensated by other segments. So this green color we tell it as skin care, heart care, and about gynecology, all that. So the losses of one segment will be diversified by the profits of another segment. So the marketer can use the same concept as applied. So any one of the selective specialization he can undertake. Next is product specialization. Here this green color shade indicates the products that has been supplied to the market. Here the firm makes certain products to sell to several different markets. So we call it as a product specialization. Example, a microscope manufacturer who sells to universities, government and commercial laboratories. So the product here is microscope. This particular microscope is taken to sell to only to particular markets. One product is taken that is sold to these markets. And next one we will see about market specialization. So market specialization is the firm concentrates on serving the needs of the particular customer segment group. You can see here the green shade is here, market. So we call it a niche marketing. So particular market segment it is going to target, we call it as niche marketing. Example, firm selling microscope only to colleges. We call it as market specialization. Next case is full market coverage. So here the firm attempts to sell all customer groups with all products they might need. Example, it is fully satisfying the needs of the customer. We call it as full market coverage. Example, very large firms such as IBM Computer Market, General Motors, Coca-Cola undertakes the full market coverage strategy. It is done in two ways such as undifferentiated marketing and differentiated marketing strategy. Undifferentiated marketing, it relies on mass distribution and advertisement. It keeps down the cost of research and development, production, inventory, transportation, marketing research, advertising, and product management. Ultimately, the company can turn its lower cost into lower prices to win the price sensitive segment of the market in case of undifferentiated marketing. Whereas differentiated marketing, where there are more differences in product or varied features, we can see that the firm operates in several market segments and designs different products for each segment. Example, cosmetics firms Estee Lauder markets brands that appeal to women and men of different tastes. Another example is we can take it as Maruti Suzuki, the largest car manufacturing company in India, offers a variety of models, brands, and variants to cater to diverse set of customers through brands such as Maruti 800, Omni, Alto, Zen, WagonR, Swift, Esteem, etc. The company offers a wide variety of cars appealing to customer preferences of different market segments. So these are the 5 patterns of selecting the market segmentation by the manufacturer. Thank you.